number 2 for the New England Patriots on day 2 of the 2024 NFL Draft. This one's coming in at number 68, Caedan Wallace, finally addressing that lack of offensive tackle. I kind of knew in the second round here they'd want to try to build resources around Drake Maye. I'm going to break down Wallace's draft pick, what I think about it, and how this is really going to shape the offense moving forward for the New England Patriots. On Patriots Today by Chat Sports, you got Allie Barefoot here. And first and foremost, I got to tell you guys, hit that sub button for me. Every pick, this one and all the future ones we're going to talk about right here on Patriots Today, and especially in this offseason, building up to that regular season, everything that you need to know about the New England Patriots you're going to find right here all for free. Why would you not hit that subscribe button? Go on ahead, smash it for me. Let's get back into Wallace, right? That's why you guys are here in the first place. He's a native of the Northeast, coming from New Jersey. He just turned 24 this weekend. He is a big boy. 6'4", 314 pounds. I know exactly what you're thinking right now. If he's this big, what does his speed look like? Well, that is unfortunately a little bit of a weakness here for Wallace. Laterally, he's not the sharpest, but hey, I wouldn't be either if I was his build. But the good news is you want that kind of build. At least I do. If I'm going to be in the pocket like Drake Maye, I want this guy protecting my blind spot. And hopefully that's what Wallace is going to be put on this line to do with Drake Maye. So laterally, maybe not his best, but what he doesn't have in lateral quickness, he makes up for in hand quickness. This man will go up and down and up and down, and they flash. And the good news is, you do not have to worry about if he is going to be aggressive. Every NFL scout out there says that he will find his man, he will keep his man, he will continue to block the run, to continue to help with the pass rush, and he will not let up until he hears that whistle. So if you're looking for an aggressive, wide build, wide stance type of O-lineman, that's exactly what you got at number 68 here for the New England Patriots. And I know there's not a lot of stats out there when it comes to offensive linemen, but we do have a few here of what he did at Penn State last season. And when you look at him overall, 68.8 pass block, was rated about a 72.8, same as a run block, 67, and he did take 670 snaps over his course of playing with Penn State. And I was talking to producer Smitty right before we started this. I love PFF. It's almost like the Bible of helping us get through this draft and figure out who is coming to our team. And PFF tweeted this stat out, which I absolutely love. Caedan Wallace versus Aiden Hutchinson, who's been dominating the defensive line in Detroit, and Jack Sawyer. Against these two great players, he had 31 pass blocking matchups. 0 QB pressures allowed and 0 sacks. That stands out to me more than anything he would have done at an NFL Combine. I want to see what you do in real time going up against the best of the best and opponents you are now going to have to face in the big leagues. I think this is going to be a great pickup for the New England Patriots. I knew that an offensive lineman was on their radar specifically for round 2, round 3. Maybe they would have let it go till day 3, but we all know there was a ton of offensive line talent this year, but not as many picks. So I think this was probably the best available at 68. I think he's going to be great. If you can give me that natural ability, you can coach everything else. So with that being said, I'm going to go on ahead and give this just a B+, just because I had several other offensive linemen on my radar before Wallace. But like I said, when you're picking at the start of the third quarter, you kind of gotten through a lot of offensive line talent. And thankfully, a lot of teams in the beginning of the second round did take a lot of defensive players. So I'm sure he was waited for a while. Could have been projected second rounder, but we snagged him at the beginning. That's why I'm going to give him a B+. Not technically because of who he is as a player, but because I wanted the Patriots just to draft maybe a little bit higher than what they got here with Wallace. But I'm going to break down a little bit more on what I think about your potential new pocket protector in Wallace in just one moment. But first, I got to tell you guys about Game Time. If you're not using Game Time for your tickets for concerts, comedy shows, upcoming New England Patriots games, what are you doing, man? This is the best way you are going to save money. Why? If you use Chat Sports, ChatSports, when you download the app and create an account, that's going to get you $20 off. I've used this before. Look, I'm not happy about it. My boyfriend's a Cowboys fan, right? And I took him to a Cowboys game, and I used my $20 off of these tickets. But hey, if I'm going to get Cowboys tickets, at least I'm not paying full price for them. So I have used my $20, and it was great. And the reason why it was great is because when I went on Game Time and I looked at my seats of where I would be sitting in AT&T Stadium, I knew exactly the view I was going to see the Cowboys lose. So it was a really good investment, and this is why I highly suggest if you guys are trying to go watch your Boston Celtics play right now in the playoffs, taking on the Miami Heat, I highly suggest using Game Time. I actually encourage it, especially for Boston Bruins. The fact that they have the lowest prices guaranteed. The fact that they tell you exactly what you're going to be seeing. You can get as close as you want to the fights on the ice by using Game Time. Download the app, create an account. It's not that hard. If my dad can do it, you guys can do it. And just use Chat Sports, code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Send it to your friend, send it to your dad. I promise he'll know how to work it and work his smartphone just by downloading the app using Game Time. It is the #1 ticketing app that I use, that America uses to get their tickets with $20 off. All right, back to business here. I'm talking about Caedan Wallace, the 68th pick for the New England Patriots, and I want to talk about specifically what he can do right off the bat. NFL scouts do say that he got some reps in at guard, but he has played right tackle for the last 5 years. We're looking for left tackle here for the Patriots, but primarily, you just want to help Drake Maye be the most protected that he can be. And as of right now, when you're going to look at the Patriots depth chart and what they've got on their offensive line, obviously you got some good guys here, but I want to focus on that left tackle specifically. Connor McDermott, I do think that this could be a race to find out who you guys are going to have at that left tackle, left guard. You really want to emphasize that weak side when it comes to Drake Maye's backside. When you got somebody like Wallace, I want a headhunter, as Wallace is deemed to be. I want the guy that you are going to have to blow the whistle once or twice to get him to come off of his block. That is who I want protecting me. I don't know about Drake Maye, but that is why I'm really glad about this Wallace guy coming to New England. And when you do look at what he's done over the last couple of years in Penn State, excuse me for looking down, but these stats, I can't take my eyes off them. In 2023, he played 670 snaps, as you guys can see here. He allowed 1 sack, 1 hit, 11 hurries. I mean, that kid is not letting anybody touch his quarterback. And when you look at what the team needs, I think they need Wallace. And they addressed that. You know what they did a little bit earlier? They addressed their wide receiver. They got Jalen Polk. They're going to give him a national title contender wide receiver after you picked up your #1 resource, Drake Maye, who is arguably, depends on who you ask. If you ask Nick Roloff, he'll say yes, was one of the best QBs in this draft this year. So I'm excited to see what New England is now going to do with 2 picks in the 4th round after they traded a little bit of picks away for the Los Angeles Chargers to obtain Polk. Now they got 2 picks in the 4th round, which is why I'm excited to really fill that defense side of it. You got the assets you need to protect Drake Maye. You got the assets to put the ball in the end zone now, help you guys get some more wins. So overall, I do think that Wallace took a big step forward this year. NFL scouts say that he could be ready to go in the NFL tomorrow. When you got that 315-pound guy, you got his wide stance. He'll work on the lateral quickness. He'll work on the consistency. That's going to come in his first year. And maybe if he doesn't end up starting, he's got a great O-line that he can build off of. But I do think this was the #1 thing they had to address. There is one injury I do want to talk about. He missed 5 games of his final college career due to an ankle injury. It doesn't seem to be an issue right now, but that is something to keep an eye on, especially when you're going to have somebody that is going to be protecting your new quarterback. His agility testing was a little bit poor. 4.96 shuttle and a 7.73 3-cone, but I understand, like I said, I like to see what he can do when it's actually coming to being on the line and trying it here in this game. You can have any numbers in the draft, you can have any numbers in the combine, but from what I've heard, this guy's a dog. With that being said, we obviously addressed the quarterback, the wide receiver, the OT. Who do you guys think the Patriots should draft next? There's still several rounds, several picks the Patriots have to go off of, including pick 103, pick 110 in round 4. Go ahead and comment that down below. Let me know what you guys want to come to the New England Patriots next. While you guys are at it, hit that sub button for me. Anything the Patriots do, we're going to have it right here at Chat Sports. Patriots Today, whether it's me, Nick Roloff, Harrison Graham, I know you guys are going to be completely satisfied with what you guys get here. Why? Because it's free. Who doesn't love free things? Go on ahead, hit that sub button for me, and get the latest on your New England Patriots.